All right, guys. Welcome to another Woods Report. So as you can see by the title, we're going to talk a little bit about the Buffalo, New York grocery store shooting. And just kind of just go in another direction because I know everybody's been talking about it. And most people it's been all on the news. And people been talking about the whole thing with the white supremacy, about him being underage, gun control laws. It's like a 15 million different ways people have gone with this story.
How people are looking at it.
Right. So we just want to just kind of talk about when we first heard about the story, what our thoughts are, and when people keep asking, well, what can be done, and things that we just kind of like just was off the top of our head, our take on it. Because some people just want to know, what does the Woods Report think about the Buffalo shooting, I guess.
I know.
First of all, when I first heard about it, I was shocked.
Not surprising? It wasn't surprising to me.
You're right. I wasn't shocked. We become so desensitized to it, to where it's like, I think the first question I asked, because my mom watches the news, I said, how many people died?
And who was it?
That's sad, isn't it? We become so desensitized by it. The first question is, okay, well, where was it, I guess?
Yeah,
where was it? How many people got killed?
And who did it?
And
what was his reason?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Alive?
Kill themselves or they get shot.
Yeah, they usually kill themselves, but this one, he was too stupid to do that. Some people
probably angry, wishing he probably had.
Yeah. Or the police would have killed him, but that's a whole, we'll get on that later.
Maybe if he was a different color.
Yeah, he would have had his knee.
He would be alive.
He would have been in the parking lot with their knee on his neck.
Right.
Suffocating. But we'll talk. Maybe if he would have passed a fake $20 bill.
Right.
That would have constituted him.
Get him.
Getting
he has something
murdered.
hanging from his rearview mirror. Get him.
But I guess if you go in and brutally shoot up a place, you get told drop the gun.
Yeah. Or dude in Kenosha who goes back home. He would have made it if he was a different color. We all know this. Okay. All righty. Keep going. How you kill somebody?
Like that other little dude in Kenosha, the Rittenhouse, whatever his name. How is he still alive? He going to college. Walking down the street with automatic guns.
Is he going to a HBCU?
He couldn't be.
It was something that was
No, it's not. There's no way. He going to Texas, but there's no way.
I thought it was an HBCU.
No way.
We got to look that up.
We have to look
because they was taking pictures.
He is not that stupid.
Oh, God.
No, they was being funny.
But he didn't kill no black people.
That he still, that's true, but whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I'm done with these people.
That's a whole other topic. Okay.
But the first thing we was thinking of, the first thing that took me by that was sad was that the age of the people, the black people. First of all, it was racist.
Well,
there's no other way to look at it. The boy, he had N-word. Here's your restitution, carved on the side of his gun. And he drove 200 miles. He wanted to go to the most ethnic black area that he could get to.
If he had to go that distance.
You had to go 200. So here's the thing: if you got to go 200 miles, we obviously not near you.
Thank you. You got to drive way down.
I can understand, even though it's wrong, a white person living in a black neighborhood.
Okay.
And they tired.
I'm getting a cramp.
I mean, stand up and walk around.
Okay.
I can understand that. But if you got to drive 200 miles to get to us.
Right. To get to a group of people that you don't like.
How are we bothering you?
Thank you. So,
and then you 18. You ain't even lived nothing. You probably ain't even been out of your mom and dad's house.
Right. Like, what experiences have
you had? It ain't like you went to college with a bunch of black people and they messed with you or something.
And that was a long drive. How many hours is it? 200?
And they said he was there earlier mapping out the place. So he went there, came back. That's 4 hours.
Right.
Went again and came back.
Just for that city area alone.
First of all, I think if you are under 21, your parents should be held responsible.
Wow.
I know a lot of y'all out there, y'all parents, y'all don't like that.
You know,
your parents,
get pushed back.
I don't care. You can push me back. I don't care.
Because what would the age cutoff be?
21.
So under 21 and under. if they commit a crime like this,
your parents
go
should be
after the
responsible.
parents.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Now, let the judge decide what the
that's a hard one.
what the sentence or whatever that should be on the parents. If you got a child that's in the system and that you've been working, that you've been telling everybody about, and you telling them, look, my child
That's
is a problem child.
Something.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you got a child that's like that, then the judge would look at that and be like, okay, this is a person.
A problem. The parent has been vocal about it.
Exactly.
But if they're not, most parents are not.
How are you 18, first of all, and you have all this money to buy body armor and all these guns, and your parents not know?
And he got, well, they may have guns too. They may be, hey son, here's your gun, here's mine.
The second thing is, if y'all don't want to go with that, if that's too dramatic for some of y'all,
the parents being,
I feel like after the crime happens, automatically an FBI investigation should be on the parents.
Wow.
Or something.
Like, where did that mental breakdown happen?
Don't even tell them. Ooh. Let it be overt. Or covert, whatever the word is, where they don't know about it.
No, okay.
Phone tapping. If y'all can get gangster rappers, if y'all doing all of that,
they don't come after gangster rappers' families.
They wiretap everybody. They was wiretapping people calling home their grandmother. So if you can wiretap gang members and all of that,
so that's if there's a killing like that though.
I don't even have to be a killing. If somebody in a white supremacy group, then wiretap them like you do the gangbangers.
Well, this is
12-year-old Tamar Rice was playing with a toy gun. This poor child was shot dead within 2 seconds. Yes, why is the racist dude still alive? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. A toy gun.
Well,
and this dude, put your gun down. Put your gun down, son. So we can take you to McDonald's on the way to jail.
It's gonna be okay. You'll be okay. Put it down. You'll be okay.
And let's just go with the fact that you don't even kill him. Why he ain't beat up?
Well,
why his head ain't get slammed into the police car as you was putting him in there?
You know they ain't gonna. But the sad
why he didn't get tripped? No mark, nothing on him. Why he don't have a black eye walking into the station?
Remember we talked about this before. It was another guy that did a killing that was part of the white supremacists. And we talked about him going to jail. You're saying there are guys in jail. That
this dude gonna go to jail.
Be protected with his group in jail.
This dude gonna go to jail, and the white supremacists that are in the prison,
he's gonna be a hero
to them.
Yeah, you kill some. Hey, power to the white people. I mean, come on.
He gonna be a hero.
And there's a lot of people who feel the way he does. So they're sitting at home going,
okay, so this what we doing. If y'all don't want to, like I said, if you don't want to hold the parents responsible, I want to see.
That's going to be hard to do.
I want to see wiretaps on anybody that's any type of white supremacy group, because that is a game.
Yeah.
I know y'all don't want to call them a game. They're a game.
If they're starting to do these kind of things.
If you posting on social media that you hate somebody because of their race, I don't care if you black, white, Puerto Rican, polka dot, pink, blue, yellow, red, wiretap.
You're saying monitor the free speech then.
Monitor the free speech when it's hate speech.
Well,
see, that's the thing with this free speech. Let's talk about that. We keep talking about people having free speech.
They have the freedom to be hateful.
So then I have the right to walk into a crowded theater and yell fire then.
No.
Okay then, so you don't get to say anything.
No, because that will injure, people will be injured because of that.
So me getting on.
You do have the Ku Klux Klan, they have freedom of speech, and even as hatred as it is, they have the freedom to speak.
Janet says Dylan Roof was taken to Burger King on his way to jail. Thank you. They probably took this dude to McDonald's.
But here's the thing with freedom of speech.
No,
I see what you're saying, but if it's just speech and it hasn't done any movement,
it doesn't matter if it does any movement.
So now you starting to cut up other people's freedom of speech.
Yes, I am. It's just hate.
See,
if I talk about killing somebody.
Okay, so you're saying the motive, what the topic
look
is.
At this. If this is a difference.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not common sense. Is it gone out the window?
Okay.
Has common sense gone out the window in this world?
No.
Or in this country?
No.
If I get on in the internet and I say, I don't like white people.
Okay.
That's my right.
Right. You can
if I
freely
say
that.
I don't like white people,
and you have let's say you grab some other people to feel the same way
and
you
we
do, and y'all
and we
all are
create
saying it together.
We create a group on whatever.
Kill the white people.
Not kill. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Saying we don't like white people.
Okay, so you just saying that.
I'm just talking.
Okay.
I don't like gay people.
Okay.
I think God didn't want people to be gay.
Okay.
This is not
So
my
you
belief.
just
I'm saying that
speaking
somebody
your
may
freedom
believe that.
And what you believe. Okay.
This is what I believe.
Okay.
I feel like that's free speech.
Okay. There you go.
But anytime you start talking about
doing
hurting
something
somebody,
to them.
eliminating a group of people, hurting a group of people, in my opinion, that should be shut down.
Okay.
Now, if I create a group that says I don't like white people and I haven't done all of that, the minimal of my opinion is my group should be monitored.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Watch them. Watch every member. Who's writing letters?
I just say watch
who's
them.
Building guns in the basement? Because the moment you start using putting weapons in your plan, in your meeting, that means that you're going to use that weapon to do what? To eliminate the people
all
you
I'm
don't
saying
like.
is, if you're doing this for gangbangers and gang members, then you should afford that same attention to white supremacist groups or people that, even the fact that we even had January 6th, people stormed the Capitol.
They trying to protect that one, though. They're saying
which is treason.
Fighting for their
by the
rights.
way.
Yeah.
Why there ain't a wiretap on every single last one of them people that went in that building would be, I would be amazed.
It would have been different if everybody.
I don't care if it takes 6 years.
But you know what?
We wiretapping you.
It would have been different if everybody just had a peaceful march, stood outside of the building and just yelled whatever they felt, and that was it.
Yeah.
But the moment they started tampering and touching people other than themselves, that's where it becomes, now you're crossing the line
and
now
then the fact,
of the freedom.
And this is why I'm saying that this boy, his family should be wiretapped from this day forward. They actually had the nerve to come out and say they believe COVID-19 had something to do
with their son,
with him doing what he did. They didn't understand it. This a church boy. They didn't understand where this came from. They didn't understand. They don't know where this came from. He never showed any. See, why is it when white people do something, I'm just going to say it, they mental illness. They never showed nothing. The people who stormed the Capitol was good-hearted people.
Yes.
People that go to church.
Veterans.
Concerned about their country. Just angry. That's all. They just angry.
Right.
But when Negroes and brown-skinned people who are angry storm somebody's store and kick the window in
savages.
And take their
stuff. Animals.
They savages.
Oh, they don't care.
They not angry. They not angry. They just savages. They terrorists.
Right.
When that's a terrorist. He was a terrorist. Anytime your grandmother can't go to the grocery store, that's terrorism.
You know what word?
What other way you gonna slice it?
And this was obvious at my old job. When my group, it was a group of us. We didn't like the fact that our manager was not professional. She didn't know her job, and we felt like she was not doing her job. So we all went to HR. So my complaint, my coworker who was a white woman, and then we had a black guy, and then me, and then another white lady. My complaint and his complaint was considered hostile. The white girl coworker and the other white lady, we had the same complaint. Theirs wasn't hostile. They was just upset.
That's what I'm saying.
I asked the woman, I said, why are you labeling me hostile when we both were saying, I'm not loud, I'm not getting indignant.
And I don't like when people feel like,
word.
Here's my thing, and this is my issue that I have with people who are try to make, I don't know, they try to make you feel like because you don't feel like the playing field is equal, that you complaining and this is the best country in the world. This is the best country in the world.
Right.
But it can be better.
Yeah.
But to feel like y'all think that there's no such thing as white privilege or that you don't have that, it's mind blowing to me.
Like they're being
it's
taken
mind
over,
blowing to me. And black people who feed into that, it's mind blowing to me. It's like, how did you grow up? where you think that you on the same level playing field.
Well,
nobody's saying you can't make it in this country and you can't be a billionaire and you can't do and become up. But if you think you on the same playing field, you living in a fantasy world.
What did say on The View about, she said, or maybe it's poor white people that's saying this?
It gotta be poor white people.
Because she's saying,
because they probably
they
feel
can
like
fix themselves up too, and comb
nobody
their hair
telling you not to brush your teeth for a week.
And you can
nobody telling you to go to the Salvation Army and get a suit.
She said
you can go to a regular place. You can put a suit on
and get a job before I would. We both poor. But they don't even understand that the privilege that they can still have, even in their poverty, as their color.
Wash your hair so you don't look like you live in the dirt.
And you can probably
and you'll blend in with a white guy that has money.
Understand that.
I don't care how much a black man, he can have a $10,000 suit on.
Right.
He still ain't gonna blend in.
No, nothing he can do with a suit on. Yeah.
And the white man that's trying to, and the black man that thinking he blending in. Yeah. Hopefully you don't get a day where you put on the ground and somebody got that knee and
on running down the street.
He living in a fantasy world, illusion world that I'm just like everybody else. No, you're not.
Yeah.
But it's just the thing to me is it's not even about, like I said, it's not even about complaining. It's about changing the way that we look at things and the way that we view things.
You want to look at
and like I said, we become so desensitized to it. I don't know. It's almost like we just accept it.
Right.
This boy went in and killed senior citizens.
I know, that hurt. My mom was listening to that and she was hurt because that's near her age. She was imagining herself being at the store and this happening to her. Now, you know she can't get away.
They can't run. One of them was 86 years old.
Lord and bully. He just shooting anybody that fits that color that he just don't want. He wants to wipe out.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
And you killing old people.
But the sad
not that I'm saying you should kill anybody. You could at least said I'm gonna go after all the young black people that's there. Why you killing people that's 86
check this
60
out.
and 70?
One of the things that concern me though is we all talk about a concealed carry, and we all should be able to carry our guns and the freedom of carrying the gun rights, and even in the South, a lot of people in the South have guns. Some of our friends have guns.
I'm a gun person, so now, I'm not. Y'all ain't never get me to say
we were talking about our friends who have a concealed carry. Okay, let's just say for that instance they had their guns with them.
Nothing. He had on body armor.
Had on body pads.
The black man who was an ex-police officer who was a security guard.
What could you do with this?
Exchanged gunfire with him. He couldn't penetrate. The dude had on body armor.
Now, what you gonna do when people start just walking around with that kind of stuff on? You got your gun, he got yours. He happens to be padded. You're dead. You might as well say you're dead.
So how come I don't hear more police officers protesting about body armor and different bullets and things like that being sold? Why is it I don't see, where's the fraternal order of police at? I'm trying to understand where's this outrage. I would think out of anybody, y'all would be the ones that would be more against it. You know when y'all start marching? Blue Lives Matter. When gangbangers start wearing body armor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then y'all gonna start. Yeah. then all of a sudden,
shooting at them and they not going down.
When we see that,
they turn around and shoot you.
When we see brothers,
oh no, don't give them no idea.
Those Latino gangs.
Oh no.
When we start seeing them wearing body armor,
oh gosh,
and walking down the street with machine guns, then all of a sudden we're gonna see all these groups walking down the street.
It would be the wild.
I labeled this. Is this the new Purge?
Yeah, Purge.
Is this every man for himself and God for us all?
If you got a gun on you, try to use it. If you can't, you're just gone. But don't. Hopefully, nobody will start doing what dude did with all the body armor that he was wearing.
I think
that's dangerous.
People need to make sure that they arm themselves. I'm a gun person. You never gonna get me to say get guns off the street.
Right.
You know why you never gonna hear me say that? Guess why, guys? Because criminals will always have them.
Right.
You won't have one because you're a law-abiding citizen.
It don't matter, though.
You won't have an semi-automatic gun. You won't have any body armor. But guess who will? The guy climbing through your window. And guess why you won't have one? Because it'll be outlawed. And you and me and my sister are law-abiding citizens. But guess what? I got news flash for y'all. the guy climbing through the window, he doesn't care about your law. Or he wouldn't be climbing through the window.
Oh, gosh.
So all this talk about we need to get guns off the street. We need to
How they gonna do
You're going to
that?
get guns off the street for you, me, my sister, other people who actually go and get a card and stand in line and go to the shooting range. You're going to take guns off the street from us. But you will not take it off the street from a criminal.
Remember the guns that Dad had in the house.
Oh my God!
Before we got our dog.
Yes.
And the dude was coming I happened to be home from work, and my dad has a few shotguns.
Yeah,
that
shotgun.
He was holding. I think he was holding them for somebody. I don't
No,
know
they was his.
They was his.
Yeah.
And I've never used a shotgun. I just but they were in the kitchen in the side of the thing wall. I saw this dude climbing
through our window,
our kitchen window, trying to get in because we off of the alley. I grabbed one of them guns, didn't know how to use it, Lord Jesus, but I held it like I did. And he looked up. I said, "I'll blow your head off."
And he jumped out the window,
jumped back out, and ran. Just the pointing of it and showing it. But the thing that scares me, I was telling Kim, I don't want situations to happen where so many negative things could still happen with your gun in your home.
Look, this bottom line is,
do I have one
it don't even matter if you have a gun. Obviously, it don't matter if you have a gun.
Cops may go in the house and you got it, and they
obviously it don't matter if you have a gun because, like I said, the guy, security guard, had a gun. He was
shot,
and he got killed because the guy had on body armor.
So I mean,
if you have it's the purge.
Yeah. I told you.
So now what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? That's the question everybody want to know. What do we do? Mental health.
Yeah.
Start talking about more mental health. Start again. I still believe you got to start targeting people who are in hate groups or who verbally say it. Okay. It's different if somebody do this and they never wrote. This dude wrote stuff.
I know.
If they never went on social media, never said anything, never. And it just came out of the woodwork. Then I could see.
Right. You didn't know where it was coming from.
But not if people write letters and on social media.
There's a history.
The teacher saw something in you that was kind of odd or strange.
He's one of those kids that was shooting.
Does that mean more Big Brother? Yeah.
Big Brother watching. Yeah. Big Brother watch everything else.
We can't live like how we used to, guys. I know y'all don't want Big Brother. I know y'all don't want cameras. I know y'all don't want... This not the 1930s or whatever.
He streamed this too?
He streamed it live.
Okay, everybody watch me kill a few black folks.
This isn't the same world we live in. This not the same place we live in. We live in a violent society.
Okay.
So you can't keep thinking them old ways of thinking and thinking that, you're giving up your freedom. Yes, you are. But you're giving up more freedom.
But one thing I would always say,
more cameras.
Depending on your faith, you can't go wrong with just continuing to pray.
Look, the bottom line is if you save, I'm hoping that all of those people have made right with their God, if that's what they believe was.
That's so important right now because a lot of us feel like this is not we know it's a physical battle as far as what we see, but we know that there's some things happening in the spirit realm that are causing people to just misbehave and act crazy and evil and not like each other. And so I would say definitely your faith and your prayer needs to increase. You really need to draw closer to God, even protection and when you leave in your house. When Kim and I delivered to homes, anything like the little dog ran out today, didn't it? It could have been a pit bull. Could have tore me up. So I ask God for protection everywhere I go. But like I said, my cousin's song, "Living to Live Again."
You just got to there's nothing you can do.
At Walmart.
You just got to make sure that you right with God.
Yeah.
And then when it's your turn, it's your turn.
Until the government, the city officials, whatever, come up with some ideas.
They ain't gonna come up with. There is no idea. I know that you want to hear these messages.
And all
there is nothing. Yeah. Everybody keeps saying, "Well, if we do this, if we do this." No, everything that you're saying. No.
Well, I know
it can help. Don't get me wrong. The things that you're saying can help. It can help.
She wants to cut the curfew time for them being out, the kids, the youth on the street.
Which is not going to do anything for the criminals, but it'll do something from the innocent kid getting killed. But then again, how many people getting shot sitting in their living room and the bullet come through the door?
That too, yeah. So
That's what I'm saying.
You don't want to live in fear, though. That's
you don't want to live in fear. That's what I'm saying. You got to just
grip people's soul.
You just
they're afraid to go to the store.
You just got to make sure you make right with whatever God you have, so that when it's your time to leave, look, I'm ready to go. But who wants to be taken out that way?
With the grocery bag in their hand, getting in the car.
And who wants to get that phone call at your grandmother point blank range?
I know.
He went up to people and shot them. He didn't even like spray the room.
Right.
Like you physically looked at my grandmother and shot her.
Like that. Like the dude in the church, the black church, the one that went to the black church. Wow, this is really sad. But I see what you're saying. If they can at least pinpoint these groups and really monitor them, because I see the freedom and the free speech of hatred, but the moment they start talking like, let's kill them, let's hurt them, let's hang them,
they should be eliminated.
Let's burn the town down, let's whatever.
Yeah,
they should be eliminated. We're tired of them. They're taking over. They're taking our jobs. Any type of conversations like that, that means that you're going to...
I didn't say arrest. I said at least monitor.
Watch them, yes. Tap their phones. You can do it. The government has done it. They've been doing it since Martin Luther King days.
If I see one more RICO...
Malcolm X they was afraid of. And
if I see one more RICO charge on gang members...
Oh, well.
And I don't see no RICO or nothing on no white supremacy group...
Right.
It's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
I want to see some raids. You know why they don't raid them? Because they're probably afraid.
Why?
Because most of these white supremacist groups probably have body armor, they Waco, Texas. So they don't want to raid them. They
got our military base.
They want to go get Young Thug in his underwear Saturday ordering a pizza.
Oh my goodness.
That's easy to get him because they know he got a whole house full of guns and stuff. But he a black man, so he ain't stupid enough to go run and try to shoot his way out. They know that. But if they get Hoover or Herbert on the farm in South Carolina or in Tennessee or Mississippi,
bombs built down in the
or Indiana, they know he gonna blow the whole block up.
Right, the whole city.
Waco. They don't want another Waco.
Okay.
So they know these white supremacists. That's what it is. They don't want to engage
and meddle with it
in that type of battle.
Oh wow!
To bring them in,
but they're gonna have to.
But they'll bring in these rappers.
But they have. I know.
And gangbangers who they know they can easily get them. They'll wiretap them, but they won't wiretap. Are you listening to the calls of the white supremacists that are in jail? That are in prison?
What do you mean?
Are they listening to their phone calls?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. They should be listening to our groups.
Anybody that got a swastika stamped on his head, you might want to listen to his phone calls.
And even the Latinos, because they could be connected with the cartel. You never know. You need to listen to everybody. They're criminals. So they still got something going on even outside. So stay with them and be connected with who they're talking to. Not just black people.
Exactly.
All people that cause hate.
And if you are wiretapping them and you doing all of that, let's start seeing these. Let's see these news stories. I want to see here. Everybody, we want to see the next news story. What? Here we go. Herbert Johnson.
Why you had to be Herbert?
I don't know. Whatever. Herbert Johnson.
Okay.
In rural Mississippi. On a farm, who's a grand wizard.
40, 50 acres.
Grand wizard. The FBI raided his farm and brought him in and his church, which is probably next door. Built probably next door. It looked like probably a mobile home.
They have a whole
and the people that
tunnel.
The people that was at that church. All of them. Because he was probably preaching hate over his
congregation.
His congregation. Handcuffed with a big knot on his head because y'all probably knocked him down or beat him up when y'all was and he made a mistake and hit the door as y'all was bringing him out. And his wife Hazel. His wife Hazel and the kids that probably don't have no shoes on.
Oh, no, you
bring all of them in. All of them.
No.
Let's see that the next news story. And then put them on RICO charges or whatever you want to call it. Because you've been wiretapping them. You've been seeing that they've been buying heavy armory, and they've been doing hate speech.
But newsflash, back in the day, Mama would tell us a lot of the white supremacists and the Ku Klux Klan groups, they were not all poor.
No, you're
they
right.
Were very prominent
You're right.
in the neighborhood.
But I'm just
the community.
Look, I'm not even
the police chiefs.
Look,
they were your politicians.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help them out.
Oh, you just keeping it.
I'm
basic.
keeping it. I'm not even going to because, like I said, you going to gangbangers and stuff.
Right.
So I'm going to the lowest. Like I'm not even going to like high tech black folks. That's criminals.
Okay.
We know they out there. I'm not even going to them.
They're being guided by others. That's
right. I'm saying go the low hanging fruit.
Oh well.
Get the low hanging fruit.
And then maybe watch them and get connected too as you go up the ladder. You can hopefully get everyone that's involved in their circle.
But I feel like the more you start making families, and I think the
that's
more you terrorize,
make a parent accountable for their kids.
I think you should make the parents. Or you should just terrorize the family. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like they should be wiretapped. They should know we watching you. You're connected to this monster. Mm-hmm. If you think we're not gonna watch you,
like his friends.
I don't care if he ordered a pizza from somebody. I'm watching the guy he ordered the pizza from.
I'm sure he wasn't a loner.
Anybody that talked to him, anybody that was in his world,
with him,
anybody, I don't care if he went over your house for Sunday dinner.
Watch him.
They need to terrorize these people, and they need to let them know we are watching you.
Well,
everything you do, everything you say, not only we watching you going from this moment forward, but we also gonna go back because we have the ability to do that. Okay. And if we see one hint of that you had anything knowledge that this boy
planted or where it was,
we bringing you in, and everybody else, and we're gonna do like we doing these Young Thug and all of them. We charging all 28, 38, 40, 50 of y'all with the same thing.
That was a federal investigation on the Young Thug, was it?
If you drove
they followed him.
Just like Rittenhouse, his mom.
Right.
If you drive somebody somewhere, RICO charges. Wow. You in it. We putting you in too. You going to jail too.
Right. So maybe a more account.
Am I in La La Land? Maybe. Absolutely.
So
will this ever happen in any time in this world? Absolutely
more
not.
Accountability for the person that is caught doing the crime, like this guy. Now that means he's opened up a case where we're watching everything around him.
If more people knew that they have to go down
be in trouble,
like a RICO charge where they get you even if you didn't do nothing,
right?
More people would start telling.
Oh, okay.
If you hear somebody say, "I hate white people. I wish I could go do no," people be like,
"Watch him,
man." I was watching the Woods Report. And Kim said she hate white people and she wish blah 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 blah. Now, I'm not saying she gonna do nothing, but Facebook,
tell on people,
and YouTube.
So we going back to that tell on each other.
You might want, you may want to watch.
Back in the day, we hated when kids would tell them.
Because if you don't, I'm gonna go. If I'm FBI, I'm gonna go on that video where she said all of that. I'm looking at all y'all suckers that came on here and listen, and I'm tapping all of y'all Facebooks.
That's wrong. But I see what you're
saying. So am I
saying
saying be a tattletale? Yes.
So a tattletale.
Yes.
Because you might be involved in that and they be looking at you.
You ain't bringing me down.
Wow. Because you overheard something. You was with him when he was talking. Y'all was playing cards and y'all had that conversation and he would say, I can't stand black people. Oh, I wish they died. People in such and such city. Right there. And that's an alarm.
But my main thing is just make sure that you right with God.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
Make sure.
Where's your spiritual faith? Where are you as far as your belief?
Because because Paul was hunting down Christians and killing them.
Yes, he sure was.
He was a terrorist
before he had his Damascus Road experience.
So those Christians who he killed,
oh my God,
they had to be ready
to
go
in prison.
Yeah.
He was like imprisoning people because they were following Christ.
Janice said, "Go on demand and check out last night's Rachel Maddow on MSNBC. She gave a thorough history of the dumb replacement theory that influenced this boy." Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna check that out, Janice.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I had a few coworkers that felt that way. They were talking about Hispanics.
You doing soft? They can't hear you.
I had a few coworkers that felt that way. One coworker, to be exact, that felt that way.
About
That
what?
a lot of the Hispanics that were coming over and a lot of the jobs that they were doing.
He felt they should be killed?
No, not that extreme.
Oh.
But they take over thing. They're taking our jobs.
To me, that's freedom of speech.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as they were kind of getting angry about it, though.
As long as you're not talking about harming nobody, as long as you're not talking about doing away with nobody, as long as you're not talking about they should be, ship them somewhere. We need to get rid of them. We're tired of them.
Okay.
Anything along those lines.
People are saying
common sense, but I guess common sense is gone. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
But freedom of speech, we can't be like telling everything. If somebody say I hate fat people, you gonna get on there and say she did say she hate fat people.
As long as she don't go killing them. The 7 deadly.
Little did I know she was gonna go off and do stuff like this.
Think of that? The 7 deadly sins with Brad Pitt.
That man
killed each person because of their sin. And he killed them with the sin that they were. Ooh, that's a deep show.
What was Brad's? Because he said the box.
His wife.
Oh,
not conceit.
I forgot what that one was.
Proudness.
I forgot what it was, but it was his wife.
Proud.
And he cut her head off, put it in a box. He said, "What's in the box?"
That movie made me just eerie because this man was taking in his own hands to kill people.
That's what this punk did. This punk wanted to take in his own hands. I think what he wanted to do was a movement. Okay. I think he wanted to do something, and he wanted other ones to do it.
He was by himself,
and it don't mean that this is it. This could be a whole thing, guys, that other guys waiting to do it.
Like some of his other
like they was in a whole thing, to get this done.
And he's just one that slipped out and started.
Which is why I'm okay with them not killing them. If they gonna waterboard him or something or try to get information, I'm good with that. But he should have at least came out with a broken nose, a messed up eye. He should not have walked into that police department.
Gave him a hamburger like they did. What's his name in the?
He should have got beat down like that guy who stormed the stage and went to try to stab Dave Chappelle.
Oh no, they kicked him.
That's what this guy should have looked like. He should have been stumped. He should have
red marks all over him.
He should have looked like that going into the police department
after killing somebody. Yeah, and he killed a cop. Usually, now here's the thing that makes you wonder: when somebody has killed a cop, the cops get very upset, and they are really
these
after
cops
you.
really upset about this police officer being?
They didn't really care.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't get in the back of the alley and knock him out because it was because of too much media. It was media on him. Remember, can't be on camera. Doing this.
No, I'm putting him in the car and I make a mistake and hit his head up against the thing.
That's right.
It does not matter if there's 100 cameras.
Why nobody looking?
If I'm putting him in and I didn't put his head down and I made a mistake and I didn't judge right, you can have 100 cameras watching. That boy should have walked in there with a mark on him. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
something.
He fell on my gun.
I could have been walking him, and then my foot kind of went in front of his, and he fell
right on the ground
with the things on his hand, cuffs on his hand.
Right.
And I'm sorry, he couldn't brace his fall, so he fell on his face. Something should have happened for him to walk into that place with no scratch. I have a problem with that.
And with all that said, though, it wouldn't have taken.
But anyway, it don't matter.
He took some lives.
I just wanted to just talk about it because it was irritating me so much when I saw it.
You got us thinking though, because
and I didn't want people to think that we didn't see the story or that because I debated about talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, do I want this to be like a fun channel where we kind of tune out all the things that's going on in the world and just kind of talk about everything around us?
Right.
Or do I want this to be a channel where we kind of talk about things that we would talk about? You sitting in our living room, this is exactly how we would be talking about it.
Yeah, that's how
we kind of laughing, but it's not. It's more of a nervous laugh. It's not like we're not laughing right now. Like, oh my God, we laughing because some people got killed. It's more a laugh from keep from crying. It's a laugh from keep from being on this freaking camera and crying about all of these older ladies and men who got killed.
It's a Woods report on it, like your thoughts on it and your opinions and how you're feeling about these things happening all the time and How do you escape from this? And you know, like your faith is really all you can do and pray.
And we're not the smartest people in the world, so no, we don't have these well thought out plans, and no, we're not
just
commentary where you know we getting on here and giving you the.
They don't know that the law is.
Yeah, we don't know all of that. We talking. You guys, when you come in on Woods Report, it's like you coming into our living room and you talking with us.
Right. We just turn the camera.
So if you got something to say, you see how Janice is putting stuff in there. If you got something to say it. Put it in a comment. If we say something that's not right or wrong or something misinformation, let us know.
Right.
That's what we asking.
Right.
But we talking like how you would talk if you was coming over here right now, sitting in the living room. I would be saying the exact same thing.
Somebody press play and then they're just recording you guys having a
I'm talking the same way I would talk if y'all was sitting right here in my living room.
Yeah. But yeah, this is
that's the Woods Report. So when you want to know what the Woods Report is, that's the Woods Report.
But you know what? Before we go, we probably need to take a look at certain situations with my parents and their kids underage. They're going to probably start really charging parents with the way their kids are behaving if they're killing people. That's a hard thing to do. And a lot of parents are feeling like that's not fair.
I think it's fair if you haven't. You can control your kid if you haven't told anybody. If you told the police department or if you told the school
I'm
or
having problems with my son, my daughter, then
I don't think anybody would expect you to do. They expect you to do as much as you can.
That means that they get off because they're saying something. They're making you aware that their son has a problem and their daughter.
But are you trying to get help for it? Are you trying to do something about it?
I don't know. That's a good one. That's why it's hard to say to charge a family, a mom or a dad for this craziness that the kids do. Because can
you imagine you at home and you get a phone call that your grandmother or your mother was shot at the grocery store? Point blank range.
You would never think.
Not because she was doing anything. Because she was black. Somebody who grew up during that just make me so mad.
Oh, because
I may start crying. Somebody who survived.
Yeah. Jim Crow laws and segregation. Yeah. So you feeling for it now. You feeling it. That's why Mama was sad. Mama was hurt that that age.
You got through all of that.
All of that.
Just for some 18-year-old white boy to kill you at a grocery store.
Because of your color. Because of your color. So that does get you. That does hurt. Especially in your 80s. Because you know as an 80-year-old something, you've dealt with segregation. You dealt with racism, colors only, fountains, back of the bus. You can't get off the sidewalk.
You was around when you couldn't even walk into the same grocery store.
Right.
Now you out walking into the same grocery store.
With the freedom that you have now as a black woman.
And you felt like you were free. You 86.
Yeah.
You lived your whole life.
Yeah.
You free now.
Yeah. You just going straight.
You didn't live through a black president.
Yeah. Yeah. And never thought you'll see that. And a black vice president.
And then you walk out your house to go get some groceries and you murdered by a white kid that don't like you because you black.
Because you black.
So you never escaped it. Never. You went all those years just to go full circle back to where you were when you was younger.
And I'm sure their families are hurting. Probably thinking what you're thinking. Really? My grandmother?
You could have killed me. You could have killed young black people. You could have killed brothers on the street.
I mean, not to say,
I ain't saying you should kill anybody, but to target senior citizens.
Seniors, yeah. That got me when the guy did the shooting in the church. If you're going to kill people in the church, that means
and they welcomed him when he came in. They welcomed him.
Yes, that's what you do.
That's just pure evil.
That's a demonic spirit. It has. If you don't believe in demonic spirits, please understand. It even hurts even in mental illness. So it's gonna be okay. So this one is touching you. That's probably why you didn't really know if you wanted to talk about it. So yeah, my sister's getting really emotional. So I understand. Because we think about my mom and my aunt, all my, that's older.
That's like my mother surviving COVID.
And then get shot
and then she go to Jewel now and get killed by somebody just because she black.
Yeah, because she black. Because of her skin color.
Ain't say nothing to you, ain't did nothing to you. Probably the nicest person in the world.
Right. Yep. So.
Oh, well.
This was a moving Woods Report to evaluate our own personal lives
just make sure you right with God.
Yeah, to make sure, because no matter where you go, you just want to be covered, with His covering and angels protecting us.
And obviously, just because you saved or whatever, don't mean you ain't gonna get taken out.
That's true. I mean,
that's not no guarantee.
The way that you may leave this earth. Yeah. So
my heart is hurting as there is so much evil in this world. That's right, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
That some evil make you just cry. Mm-hmm. This is one of those that make you you see evil all the time, but then there's some where we become so desensitized to it. Mm-hmm. This one is one of those where you just
you want to scream.
Because there's nothing you can do. It is nothing. It's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can, other than, what do you say? What do you say to the families? What do you say? You can't say nothing to them.
Nothing you can say.
What you gonna say to them? God be with you. God knows. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. God was with me and my grandmother, and He was with my mom. Thank you for that. But I really don't want to hear that right now.
You almost wish that
was God with him when he went into there and started shooting everybody.
It's kind of like what you said earlier. You almost wish. I'm sure the kids of the grandmothers, if she just had COVID and passed away.
Yeah.
Just COVID and illness. But not to get shot, murdered by a white supremacist,
18-year-old snotty-nosed kid who ain't even lived. It ain't even like he can say, all my whole life, black people treated me bad.
Right.
He's an older white man. Even though that's bad too, I'm just saying, there was all my life, black people treated me bad.
He had more history to hate. He had more experiences of hate. But 18, oh gosh.
It's senseless and it's so cruel. It sure is.
But you are right though, Kim. Who else has he talked to? Well, who else has he hung with that has these feelings?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder. He wasn't a loner. He was with some people that felt that way too. And
exactly.
They're probably applauding him for what he's done. So go get them. So we won't do this anymore.
Wiretap. I want to see wiretaps on all of them.
One of them. His friends, his relatives, even his mom and dad. Follow them.
I want to see more taken down of these white supremacist groups. Y'all, we already know y'all doing gang members. Thank you. Thank you for getting them off the street. I appreciate that. I applaud that. Because I don't like to see young black kids getting murdered either because the stupid people decide they want to shoot and rob each other in the street. I got it.
Right.
I'm not arguing with that one.
Right.
Believe me. Rico all you want. Knock them out. Kick them out. Take 100 of them on a bus if you want to. I'm good with that.
Okay.
But I want to see 100 on the bus from white supremacist groups too.
Yeah.
Or any hate group. It don't even have to be a white supremacist group.
Right.
Any hate group.
Any hate group.
Any group that decides that they decide that you shouldn't be around because they don't like you, they should all put them on a bus and do some RICO charges on them too. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I want to see more of that on the news. Then maybe I'll feel like maybe the playing field is a little even. That's how I feel. All right, so that got me. Okay. That was another Woods report, I guess, huh?
Okay.
The Purge.
Yeah.
All right, do you have anything else? All right, guys, so that was another Woods report. We'll see you guys another time.